Augustana Sports Focus is brought to you by Schoenemann's.
Joining me now is Augustana's new head football coach, Mike Aldrich. Well, Mike, first, congratulations on the job. Last week was quite a whirlwind week at Augustana with Coach Salem deciding to move on to Michigan State, and we named Coach Aldrich our head coach. He's been our defensive coordinator. So we have a lot to talk about here, but before we get to that, Mike, let's back up here a little bit and give you an opportunity maybe to let the folks know about yourself. Tell about where you're from, your history, family, anything you want to tell us about Mike Aldrich.
All right. Well, I appreciate that. I appreciate the confidence in allowing me to come on board as the 21st head coach. We're very excited about that. Little background about myself. I'm originally from the Twin Cities, Burnsville, Minnesota, and went to St. Olaf College, which is a very similar school to Augustana. That's why it's been real easy to work here and recruit here, because it's the same type of person, and I think I have the same type of background of the typical Augie student, which is kind of nice. Received my master's degree at the University of Minnesota in sports management, and then after that made the big move to California and worked at College of the Sequoias, which is a junior college, and then from there I kind of went back and forth, and that's when I first moved to Sioux Falls and got involved with the indoor football team here, and for a season was the head football coach there for the last 3 games. Moved back to California. I had a prior commitment at California Lutheran, so there's a definite undertone of my experience with Lutheran colleges. And then when that season was over, I came back again for the indoor season. And when I got back, the moving was kind of back and forth, and it can wear on you a little bit. So called up Jim Heinitz and asked him if I could volunteer and help out in the spring. And he said, well, at that time we actually have a position open if you'd like to join our staff. And so from that point on, you know, I've kind of been involved with Augustana football, other than about a brief year and a half in 2003 and 04 when I left and was a graduate assistant at the University of Louisville.
Yeah, wow. As you can see, a lot of experiences, head coaching, assistant coaching, dabbled in Division I as a GA. Mike's been a valuable member of our staff for a long time here at Augie. And also along the way, Kristen showed up. Talk about your family.
Well, I did. That was probably another reason why I decided to stay more in Sioux Falls. Instead of moving back and forth to California, I met my future bride, Kristen. She's from Denver, so she's a transplant as well, but she has family here in South Dakota. So we met, and obviously things went well. And when I took the job at the University of Louisville, she had to make a decision if she wanted to be with a football coach or if she wanted to do whatever else she wanted to do. And so I proposed to her, and she decided that she wanted to be a part of this lifestyle, which was encouraging. And so we got married when we came back here to Sioux Falls. We've had 2 kids now. We have a 3-year-old McKenna and a 6-month-old Joseph, and so it's been a great place to really put our roots down.
Well, and fans, you'll get used to seeing Kristen and the kids running around Augie football now, and put a face with Kristen and with their family. So, Mike, just moving on here a little bit, your thoughts about getting the Augie football job?
Well, it's you know, it's always a dream come true when you get that head coaching opportunity, and you know, for some reason this year just happened to be one of those years where opportunities started to kind of pop up that were attractive in terms of all the different pieces were kind of together, and maybe some of the schools that I had a shot at, they weren't real successful, but typically that's what happens when you're a first-year head coach. The opportunities that are going to come aren't the most attractive, but they, for whatever reason, didn't pan out. And you know, we've talked about that quite a bit, that God always has a plan, and you know, the things happen for the right reason. And so, you know, none of those opportunities were panning out, and then lo and behold, a week later, Coach Salem gets a call, and he's gone, and you know, you and I and Rob meet for about, seemed like 24 hours, and then I became a head coach, so it's been exciting.
Yeah, and it was a wonderful process here, and Coach Salem had tremendous things to say about Mike, as did Jim Heinitz. Talk about the influence of Heine and Brad on your head coaching now opportunity.
Well, it obviously starts with Heine. One, with the opportunity he gave me to come in, but then the way he can mentor a staff and not necessarily, try to teach you as a teacher would, but more or less guide you by how he does things. And really his, as his career started to come to a close, he didn't win as many games as he wanted to, but, he had a great time with the staff. He really enjoyed being around them. He enjoyed the kids. The players can never say enough about when Coach Heinitz can come into their house when they're 18 years old and could win the parents over, and they always felt good that they were going to play for Coach Heinitz because he was going to take care of them like a father would. And really Brad just kept right on going down that road, and the one difference, Brad, is even more of a teacher and mentor. And so not only is he trying to develop leadership skills in his players, but also in his coaches. So all those things kind of play into each other, and as you kind of keep building those up, then to me, I kind of feel like it's my job to take that a step further and keep increasing that in those areas.
Well, you've had some wonderful mentors, Mike, and it's been great to have you on the staff. Moving kind of forward here, fans out there, of course, they're wondering about what are the Vikings going to look like offensively and defensively. What do you see for Augustana football next year?
Well, I think you're not really going to see much different, which is probably the best part. And I just got off the phone with all of our signees last night, and that was their concern: is this position coach going to be here? What are you going to change? And when you've had so much success in recent memory, everybody's real worried that you're going to change some things. And defensively, our staff doesn't change at all, with myself and Don Pearson as our defensive line coach. We still have Jason Thiers, one of our graduate assistants, will be back next year, and we have another graduate assistant that's licking his chops to join us when the opportunity comes open, and he was a former player here, so we're excited about that. And then on offense, Steve Olinger will remain our offensive coordinator. Joe Evenson will still be our O-line coach, and the great thing about that is he moves into a full-time position, which we don't have to worry about him getting poached by another program for that reason. And then we'll look to round out the staff with somebody else, and I think we've got some really good candidates, some internal candidates, and there's a lot of people out there looking for coaching jobs right now that I didn't know about until I got named as head coach.
You're a popular guy now. Yeah, no doubt. Well, just the last question here, Mike, and we'll have regular meetings next year on Augustana Sportscene, obviously, so you'll get to know Mike a lot better and through the media as well. Your goals and dreams for Augustana football?
Well, I think I can best sum it up when I was talking to our signees last night, and just said that to me, I don't want them to feel or have fear that there's going to be this great momentous change. My goal is to go out there and beat a lot of football teams in 2010 and win a conference championship, and I know it's something that we've been working for a long time, and to be able to put the banner up in the rafters or wherever those rafters might be, and be the first time in a long time for our football program. But that's our goal, and we've definitely been close, and I really feel in this off season it's one of those things that I'm really going to focus on, is what is the difference from when we're having 2 8-win seasons but you're losing a couple close games. How do those games not factor into it anymore? How can we win those games and believe that we're going to win those games? So, to me, that's our immediate goal is to continue winning football games, being successful, hopefully get into the playoffs and become a national contender. But at the same time, and the most important thing is to really graduate our kids. They have a great experience, and so they come back 5-10 years down the road and are integral parts of our program as well.
Mike, it's going to be wonderful having you leading the Augustana football program. We're going to have a lot of fun, so good luck.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
The Augustana Sports Calendar is next. We'll be right back.